Good Saturday morning, y'all. Welcome to Saturday Thing 67. My God, have I been sick. I had a fever yesterday, I got a fever today. And you ladies out there, you know if your husband gets sick, he's sicker than any human ever on earth has ever been sick. And the entire world has to stop and dote on him until the fever passes. So, anyway, last week's winner, Norm McGregor, emailed me and told me to keep the money and take my wife out to eat. And so, being a man of my word, I will roll in a little footage of that. Thank you, Norm. Appreciate it very much. So, let's get to picking this Saturday's winner. I'm doing the Saturday thing, hon. And there we go. 85 people. Sunnyland Camper, you win. I believe you're Illinois, Wisconsin, somewhere up north. Contact me at bctruck@gmail.com and with a link to whatever you like for $35 or less. And don't forget to tell me where you want it sent. Have a good weekend, y'all. I'm going to try to get some work done in my shop today, even though I'm dripping with sweat and in my air-conditioned house. I'm going to go down there and crank that air conditioner up high and see if I can sit in the chair and do a little work without feeling too bad. So have a good weekend, y'all. Can you talk? Norm McGregor, the guy that won the Saturday thing, and he told me to keep the money and to take you out to eat. So I just want to ask, I want to be sure, do you like your double cheeseburger?
God, they got more food than, they got chicken nuggets.
Your dogs are so rude, ill-mannered.
I know, I have to guard my food when I'm eating.
So
Look at her.
that double cheeseburger and fries are compliments of Norm McGregor.
We should have asked her. She got more than anybody.
Lucy Bell, stop barking. That's just rude. That's rude. You're being rude. You're being ill-mannered.
Hey, be quiet.
You got to send you to obedience
I
school.
didn't ask if you wanted a bite. I said, stop it. Do you want a bite? Do you want a bite? Do you?
Good Lord. You are.
That's
Yeah.
why I wanted the chicken nuggets,
Yeah.
so I could give them a little piece of. Hi,
Oh, now she's going to get in on it.
You're spitting on my food. Stop.
I just wanted to show you something pretty cool. I ordered some really awesome wood from a Russian guy. That's all he does is sell wood for knife handles. And it's coming from... I have no idea how you would pronounce that. And I ordered it a few days ago. And I should get it on October 9th because it's coming over on a boat. I don't know if they're rowing or sailing, but it's going to take a long time to get here. Yeah. I'm anxious because what it is stabilized walnut root. That is going to be some really interesting wood. Oh, yeah. And I got... This is the Texas Rumble, and I got a sheath cut out for it. Yeah, move this. So that's what the sheath for the Texas Rumble is going to look like. I've got some wood for the Texas Rumble. This is stabilized redwood. It doesn't look as like it has... This is supposed to be burl, and it doesn't look like it's got the amount of burl that the other knife, the last knife I sent out that had stabilized wood on it, redwood. That was, I've never seen wood like that in my life, and I had no idea as I was sanding it and working on it. I had no idea that it would look like that after I got the finish on it. So maybe I'll be surprised with this too. but it just doesn't look as burled as that other wood. It's pretty wood, but anyway. And I had to special order this because this is a really, really big handle on this Texas Rumble. And it will just, I can just get a handle out of it if I'm really careful and I don't make any mistakes. Because it has to be at least, this handle from here to here is 2 inches. I mean, there's a lot that's cut out, but when they only give you 5 1/4 inches of wood, it's got to be thick enough because there's no way you can, like tilt this to get a handle out of it. So the wood I buy has to be a minimum of 2 inches wide and 5 1/4 inches long for the Texas Rumble. I didn't think of that when I designed this, but I will work around that. And I'll tell you, I'm giving some real thought to stabilizing my own wood, just because I like stabilized wood so much, because it comes out so much better than wood that's not stabilized. Okay, I've got 8 knives to build. I'm going to be working on 5 knives today, including this. This is going to be a high polished knife. And it's got a few extra things. I have a swamp rat I got to work on, and that's going to have a lanyard tube and 2 solid brass pins. I can't wait to make this. I'm really interested to see how this sheath is going to come out. And this is why I brought this up to the house, because this is how I make sheaths now. I fold a piece of paper over, and I'll lay a knife in there once I get my center fold. And then I trace around it, and then depending on how big I'm going to make the sheath, like the dinner skinners, I come out 3/8 of an inch, but this I came out 3/4 of an inch because I may have double stitching. What I plan on doing, see, follow my stitch line, is go up here with my stitch line, then make a U-turn and come back down here, just because it's a huge knife, it's a heavy knife, and I just think double stitching is going the extra mile, and it makes it look nice. And I'm really thinking of not, see this little nub here, there's a name for it, don't ask me what it is. I'm thinking about knocking that off and then just putting a choil. So if I were to knock that off, I would come, this would be, well, right about here would be my plunge line, and then I would put a choil right here, a sharpening choil, and I'm thinking of doing that because that may cause more problems than it's worth. It'll get hung up in the sheath, it'll get hung up when you go to put it back in the sheath, and it serves no purpose other than looks. And without that, I kind of like the looks of the blade even more without it. So what I'm going to do is knock that off. And even my pattern, I'm knocking that off. And I just make sure that I put some really pronounced plunge lines, nice and square, not rounded, in here. And I think that'll look okay without that. Okay, let's get down to the shop.